Hi, this is Kathy from White Pigeon Library. We've got some new books. We've got The Paris Daughter by Kristin Harmel, and she does historical fiction, so a good part of this book is drawn from true stories. The characters she's made up, but a lot of the things that happen are true, and gives you a pretty good idea of what it would feel like if you were in an area that was being bombed. Talks a lot about the fact that both sides were bombing civilian targets a lot of the time because I guess their aim wasn't that great, or couldn't be that good. So an awful lot of civilians were bombed. And in this book, two young mothers who are friends become aware that the war is coming and it's going to be dangerous. And one of the mothers is targeted by a Nazi and needs to make sure her daughter's going to be safe. So she puts the daughter into the care of her friend, and later, after the war, she goes back to the friend's bookstore, which has been completely destroyed, so rubble, and she starts looking for her daughter, and eventually she follows her friend to New York City for one last reunion. So, Paris Daughter, Kristin Harmel. We've got The Wind Knows My Name by Isabel Allende, and she's one of my favorite authors ever since House of the Spirits, 40 years ago. She's just been magical, always. Those first 2 or 3 books that she wrote were just, I think, in the same category as 100 Years of Solitude. I think she's very good. And in this book, she talks about war and immigration. She talks about in 1939, how a family in Austria has to ensure the safety of their son, so they put him on the train called the Kinder Transport, which got him out of Nazi Germany and sent him to England. So you've got a child alone. And then it talks about 2019, and a woman and her daughter need to leave El Salvador because of war and fighting and gangs. And they take a train and they get to the United States seeking asylum, and they run right into the family separation policy. So the 7-year-old girl finds herself alone and doesn't know where her mother is. Nobody knows. So there's a lawyer that tries to help her chase down wherever her mother has been sent. Dark time in our history, but she's such a good author that anything she writes is going to be good. And we've got Lisa See, another favorite author, Lady Tan's Circle of Women. She's also an awfully good writer, and I've liked all of her books. And this one is set in the Ming Dynasty, where under the culture of an educated woman is a worthless woman. But her grandmother is a doctor, and so she's born into an elite family that wants women to be useful. And she befriends a midwife and learns many things from her, but then she's sent into an arranged marriage, and her mother-in-law doesn't want her to have anything to do with the midwife because one of the taboos is touching blood in any way, and midwives touch blood. So, this sounds like it might be very interesting, if nothing else, just for the history of China, which is always fascinating. So, another Lisa See book. We've got Beware the Woman by Megan Abbott. And it's about a woman who thinks she's got it all. She's got a lovely new husband, a baby on the way, and they go to stay with his father in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in the middle of the woods. And when she first gets there, it seems lovely. She likes the father. She's not too sure about the father's housekeeper, but it seems good for a couple days. And then she has a health scare, and all of a sudden everybody's watching her, and it feels a little more than just concern. And she starts to wonder if she's just being paranoid or if she's in danger. And it's not like she could easily get out of there because she's kind of in the middle of nowhere. So beware the woman. We'll have more next week. Thank you.